Hello, I'm Will and this is Mike, we're the Tabletop Donkeys.
Hello.
And in this video we'll be looking at issue 74 of Warhammer 40,000 Combat Patrol magazine, which came with the second squad of 10 Cadian Shock Troops for the Astra Militarum Combat Patrol. We'll be looking at their painting guide in this issue before deploying both units on the table to face an uprising of Genestealer Cultists. Starting off in the issue with the painting guide for the Cadian Shock Troops. So we had the build guide for both squads in the previous issue. In this one we learn how to paint all of the models, but it's the same colour scheme as the command squad. So starting with an undercoat of Abaddon black, then base coating Wraithbone over all the fatigues and light coloured skin, Caliban green over the armour, Cadian flesh for leather parts and any dark skin you want to do. Then lead belcher for all the metal parts on the weapons and their other equipment, Retributor armour for the muzzle on the flamer, Corax white for squad markings, Macragge blue for goggles, and Rakarth flesh for bedrolls. And then the next page is all of the models with the base coats applied. Then applying shades, so it's Known oil over most of the model, the leather, the armour, the metal parts, Agrat's earth shade for the fatigues, and Reichland flesh shade for the lighter coloured skin and the flamer muzzle, and then highlighting all of the fatigues with pallid witch flesh, as well as on the pale skin, Auric flesh for the green armour, Night Questor flesh for all the brown parts, and Stormhost silver for the metal parts. White Scar for the squad markings, Calgar blue for goggle lenses, Mechanicus standard grey for their black boots, and the other bits you left black apart from the weapon casings which are highlighted with Administratum grey instead. And it actually says that those models complete now apart from being based, so that suggests there's going to be no further colours added to them. So that's the gallery here, and the rest of the models on the next page. Then we have a short story called Throne of Ashes, which introduces the Inquisition, a shadowy organisation that essentially operates outside of imperial law and answers only to the Emperor himself. And in this short story, an Inquisitor is visiting a planet where the nobility have left the populace to rot and only look after their own interests, although in doing so they have fallen behind their tithe of forces to the Astra Militarum due to family conflict. And there's a bit there about the Inquisitor in the story. Inquisitors have no limit to their power and can employ any means they feel necessary to safeguard the Imperium, in this story teaching the corrupt nobility a lesson. And finally, the collection article for the second squad of Cadian Shock Troops. So much like the previous one, you can roll for their background, give them a name and so on. And they have a slightly different datasheet, which Mike will have a look at before we get into our game. I'll hand you over to him now, so we'll get straight into that.
So we have another new datasheet for our new Cadian Shock Troop squad, and it is basically the same as the previous unit. Their stat line is the same, so I'll just go over the differences. So instead of the grenade launcher and plasma gun, this unit has a melter gun and flamer. So the flamer has ignores, cover and torrent, a 12-inch range, d6 shots, strength 4, AP01 damage, while the melter gun has 1 shot, hitting on 4, strength 9, AP-4 d6 damage, with the melter 2 keyword and a 12-inch range, so if you're within 6 inches of the target you get plus 2 damage. The squad leader also has a las pistol and a chainsword, so the las pistol is just a las gun but with the pistol keyword, a single shot and 12-inch range, and then the chainsword has 3 attacks, hitting on 4, strength 3, AP01 damage. The rest of the squad is armed with las guns, so there'll be 7 las gunners in the unit. And then there's another campaign game, this time it's Astra Militarum versus Chaos Space Marines on Clash of Patrols, and there's the victory outcomes for both sides of that campaign game. But we can move on to our game 4 today, which is Gaining Ground, where a patrol of Cadian Shock Troops has been dispatched to investigate some traitor activity, but has come under attack by the Genestealer Cults. So we'll be setting up 2 battle mats with 3 objective markers and then placing 4 terrain cards. The Astra Militarum player gets both units of Cadian Shock Troops and the command squad, and the command squad must be attached to one of the units of Shock Troops, while the Genestealer Cults player gets both units of Neophyte Hybrids and the Magus, and the Magus must be attached to one of those squads. The Astra Militarum player deploys their forces first, then the Genestealer Cults, and we roll off to see who goes first. And there are no enhancements or secondary objectives in this scenario, but we are allowed to use our faction abilities, and at the end of each player's command phase you score 1 victory point for each objective marker you control, and the game ends after 4 battle rounds, and whoever has the most wins. So you have our battle mats 3 and 4 with the Astra Militarum deployment zone on the left, Genestealers on the right, and 3 objectives numbered 1, 2, 3, starting in the top right, going towards the bottom left of No Man's Land. It's also worth noting that the regimental standard that the command squad has will be relevant. It increases the OC of all of the models in that unit by 1, so it makes each shock trooper OC 3, and the command squad members will be 2 each. We also get an overview of the Astra Militarum faction rule, which is the voice of command, which allows the officer in the Cadian command squad to issue commands to other units. So in the Astra Militarum player's command phase, the commander can issue one order to an eligible unit within 6 inches, and that effect lasts until the beginning of the Astra Militarum player's next command phase. And there are 3 orders available. We have Move, 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 which increases the movement characteristic of the unit ordered by 3 inches. Take Aim increases the ballistic skill of that unit by 1. And Take Cover increases the save characteristic by 1. So they go to a 4+ save. And that would actually stack with Cover, because Cover gives you +1 to your save rolls, which is different to modifying your base save. We have the victory outcomes for both factions on either side, and also if it's a draw, so you can decide who you want to root for, but we'll get the board and the game set up and get straight into it. So here we are deployed for gaining ground. Astra Militarum on the left, Genestealer Cults on the right, and our 3 objectives, number 1 in the top right, number 3 in the bottom left of No Man's Land. Let's have a quick look at the Genestealer Cults deployment. I've got the Magus with the squad furthest away from the camera. Both squads are identical, so it doesn't really make any difference. I've got the other squad opposite the squad with the Cadian command squad in it. And then our valiant Astra Militarum.
So I put the command squad attached to the first squad, the one we got in the previous issue. That's the one with the plasma gun and the grenade launcher. While the new squad with the flamer and melter gun and the sergeant with the chainsword is on the right of your picture. And they're going to be bravely moving forward to secure some objectives, I think.
Yeah, and I'll get a closer up so you can get a good look at them. Our new squad.
So the sergeant is in the middle, pointing with the chainsword. To the sergeant's left is the melter gun, and on the left of the squad, in the front rank, is the flamer.
So now we're deployed, we're rolling off to see who goes first. Roll 6 means the Astra Militarum will be going first. So we're into Astra Militarum turn 1.
So in the command phase, I can issue an order from the officer to any unit within 6, which does include his own unit, of course. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to issue Take Aim to his own unit, which improves their ballistic skill characteristic of all their ranged weapons by 1. And then both squads have moved out, the commander's squad getting onto Objective 3, the other one not in range without advancing to get onto Objective 2, so they have just moved into the crater so they get some cover. Does mean the officer's more than 6 inches away from them, so he won't be able to order them next turn. And then on to shooting, where I'll do the commander's unit shooting at the neophytes opposite them. We'll start with the grenade launcher, shooting a frag grenade, because it's blast, won't be overcharging the plasma gun. So D3 shots +2 for blast, 5. Hitting on 3s thanks to Take Aim. 4 hits wounding on 3s because it's strength 4. 3 wounds.
Take Aim made a difference. 5 up armour saves. Made 1, that's 2 dead neophytes so far.
The plasma gun, 1 shot on a 3. Missed. And then the drum-fed autogun plus the 10 las guns will be 12 shots that are all the same, hitting on 3s. Not a great roll, but there were some 3s in there which would have missed otherwise. Wounding on 4s because it's strength 4. 4 of those.
4 5 up saves. Made 1, so it's going to be 5 dead neophytes in total.
And then the other squad will shoot at them as well. The 7 las guns are in range, the special weapons are only at 12-inch range, and the sergeant has a pistol. And these are hitting on 4s because they don't have Take Aim. 4 hits, wounding on 4s, nothing.
Well, that'll be it for Astra Militarum turn 1, on to Genestealer Cults turn 1. So nothing happens in my command phase. The squad that's down to 5 men has moved up, just enough to get them all touching the crater to get some cover. The squad with the Magus has come around the terrain piece to take objective 1. And I'll start shooting with this squad down here. They're just going to put all their shots into the command squad plus retinue. Start shooting with the seismic cannon, which is in rapid fire range, so it's got 6 shots on 5s because the squad moved. 3 hits. Strength 6, so it wounds on 2s. That's 3 wounds at -1.
Nobody hasn't cover in that squad, so they'll be saving on 6s. Got 1 6, and then I have to see the damage before I can do the feel no pain.
Yes, D3 each, so the first one is 2.
So 2 feel no pains. Nope.
And 3.
Triple 6 needed. No. 2 dead.
So I'll roll the leader's pistol and the heavy stubber together because they're both strength 4. So 6 shots from the stubber and 1 from the pistol on 4s. 5 hits, wounding on 3s. 4 wounds.
5s. Saved 1. 3 feel no pains. Nope, 3 more dead.
And then we've got hybrid firearm on 4s, getting 2 hits. Wounding on 4s, getting 2 wounds.
More 5s. Saved 1. 6 for the medic. No.
And finally the Weber, D6 shots for 6. Now actually wounding on 5s, because it is only strength 2. 6s are devastating. It's cocked. So there's only 1 wound at no AP.
5 plus. Saved.
Now the other squad at the top is going to shoot at the unit of guardsmen in the crater. The Weber and the leader's pistol and the Magus are out of range, so we've got 4 shots from the seismic cannon on 5s. They will miss. 6 shots from the heavy stubber on 4s. 3 hits wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
4 plus saves because they're in the crater. Failed 1.
6 hybrid firearms on 4s. 4. And wounding on 4s, getting 3.
4s again. 1 dead.
So thinning out the guardsmen as we head into turn 2.
Once again, I issue take aim to the commander's squad because I think shooting better at this is just going to be more effective to get rid of the cultists before they can shoot me back. The commander's squad has moved forward on objective 3 to get all the las guns in rapid fire range, and also the commander himself within 6 inches of the other squad who've moved on to objective 2 to get the flamer in range.
And also the Astra Militarum gained a victory point in their command phase.
I'll start shooting with the commander's squad. We're going to put the grenade launcher into the Magus' unit because there's more of them, and everything else into the 5 neophytes closer. Frag grenade into the Magus' squad. We're not supercharging the plasma guns again. That's 3 shots because there are 11 in the squad. Hitting on 3s from take aim. They all hit. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
A couple of guys have cover, so I'll put them on them with 4 up saves. Made both.
Then shooting into the 5 neophytes. We'll do the 3 shots from the plasma gun and plasma pistol first, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 2s because it's strength 7. 2 wounds at -2.
So with cover we've got 6s. No, 2 dead so far.
The bolt pistol from the veteran with a power fist, hits, wounds on a 3. Yes.
4 up armour. Saved.
And then 10 shots from las guns and the auto gun because they're in rapid fire range now on 3s. 6 hits wounding on 4s. Oh, just 1.
4 up armour save, which I made. So there's only 2 dead neophytes. And I'm going to take away the leader and the firearms, so I've just got the special weapons.
Then the other squad will put all of their guns into the Magus' squad. We'll start with the flamer, which ignores cover. It has D6 automatic hits because it's a torrent weapon. 2, which wound on 3s because it's strength 4. 2 wounds.
So it has to be 2 I applied wounds to before with 5 up saves. Save 1, so that's 1 dead so far.
Then we'll do the melter gun, which is 1 shot hitting on 4. Nope. And then 11 shots with las guns in rapid fire range or the sergeant's las pistol with 1 shot hitting on 4s. 6 hits wounding on 4s. 3.
There's still 1 guy who I have to allocate wounds to who is in cover, so I'll do him 1 at a time with a 4 up. So he dies, and then 2 5 ups for other people. Save 1. So that's 3 dead.
And then I'm going to declare a charge with the command squad and friends because I was hoping to actually get rid of those neophytes and that hasn't happened. It will take me off the objective, but it will clear out some guns. We'll need a decent roll though because they're a reasonable distance away. An 8's probably enough. So they make a charge like that, and with a pile in, everybody can strike. Start with the power fist hitting on 4s with 3 attacks. 1 hit, 2 to wound. Yes.
That's 1 dead.
Commander's power sword on 4s. They all hit, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds at -2.
So they're all dead. And when the neophytes are destroyed, I'm going to put an ambush marker down in the bottom left corner of the board.
And I will consolidate towards the objective because the 3-inch move does allow me to get in range of objective 2, although some of the models are still in the crater for cover. And it gets the officer back near the other squad as well.
And then we'll be on to Genestealer Cults turn 2. So in my command phase I gain a victory point for holding objective 1, and then the Magus' unit is going to come out, and we're basically just going to try and deal with the unit on objective 2 first, so all of our shots will go into them. So we've got 6 shots on the seismic cannon on 5s. One's cocked, getting a single hit. Wounds on a 2, it does at -1.
6 to save, nope.
So that's 1 dead guardsman. The heavy stubber and the leader's pistol on 4s. 4 hits, wounding on 3s, getting 2.
5s, saved 1.
2 dead guardsmen so far. Megas hits on a 3 with her pistol, hits, wounds on a 4. Nope. 6 shots from firearms on 4s, getting 2. Wounding on 4s, getting 1.
5, nope.
Another dead guardsman. And the Weber gets 4 hits, wounding on 5, 6s are devastating. 2 wounds at no AP.
5s, saved 1.
4 guardsmen remaining in that squad. We're going to declare a charge with the Magus' unit. Getting a 5, that will be enough. So after charging and piling in, we can all get in range. So regular neophytes on 4s. Ooh, 6 hits. Wounding on 4s. Only 2 wounds though.
5s, 2 dead.
The leader with his power weapon gets a hit, and it wounds on a 3. It does, and it's AP -2.
So that kills another one.
And then it's the Magus, 3 attacks on 3s. And that was cocked, getting 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Only 1 wound at -1.
6 to save, just the sergeant left. Now he dies.
So we're down to 1 squad apiece at the moment. as we head into Astra Militarum turn 3.
So I don't get any victory points because I don't hold any objectives, and I'm going to do take aim again. There's no orders that make me better in melee, so I'm just going to shoot better. And then we're going to move into the face of the enemy, incidentally taking the objective back because the banner giving everybody so much OC means that I'll hold it again.
And at the end of the Astra Militarum movement phase, my new unit of neophytes arrives from Cult Ambush, daisy chaining their way to hopefully be able to get onto objective 3.
And then we're on to shooting, where I'll shoot everything at the Magus' squad. D3 plus 1 shots with a frag grenade. 2. Hitting on 3s. 2. And wounding on 3s. No. 3 plasma gun shots, not supercharged. On 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 2s. Yes.
That's 2 dead.
Bolt pistol. Hits. And wounds.
5 up armor save, which I made.
And 10 shots from las guns, or the auto gun on 3s. Only 4 hits, wounding on 4s. 2.
5 up armor. Saved 1, failed 1, so I think that's only 3 dead in total.
And then we'll declare a charge and try and clear them off completely. Charging 10 inches. So the big charge means everybody ends up in base contact. 8 attacks from the regular guardsmen and the command squad veterans with close combat weapons, which I'll do first to try and get rid of the normal neophytes, hitting on 4s. 3 hits, wounding on 4s as well. 2.
5 up armor saves for neophytes. Made 1, failed 1, so we've lost 1 so far.
Officer on 4s. 1 hit, wounds on a 3. Yes.
That is dead.
And the power fist on 4s. 1 hit, wounds on a 2. Yes.
That's another 1 dead. That's 3 dead.
And then we'll consolidate, actually to surround them and prevent them from being able to fall back without needing to take desperate escape tests.
Yeah, just the Magus and the Neophyte leader left, who gets a hit back. Neophyte leader on a 4. No. Magus, 3 attacks on 3s, getting 2. Wounding on 3s. No. So they're stuck in melee as we head into Genestealer Cults turn 3. So again, I don't get any victory points because I don't have any held objectives. I do have to make a battle shock test for the Magus and her 1 remaining friend. Leadership 6, so they're fine. So the fresh Neophyte squad has moved up to hold objective 3 and to get in range of the Cadians, while the Magus and her 1 remaining friend have fallen back. They do have to move through the shock troops, so they'll have to take desperate escape tests. So it's 1s and 2s that are bad. Ooh, there's a 2, so it's just going to be the Magus left. So the Neophyte squad, everyone's in range. None of the hybrid firearms are rapid fire range though. I'll start with the hybrid firearms, see if we can chew our way towards the officer. 6 shots on 4s, 3 hits, wounding on 4s, getting 1 wound.
5 plus, failed, medic. Oh, yes.
Heavy stubber plus the leader's pistol, 7 shots on 4s, 4 hits, wounding on 3s, 4 wounds.
5s, made 1, medic. No, 3 dead.
I'll do the Weber next. D6 shots. Oh, only 1, which doesn't wound. And the seismic cannon on 5s gets 1 hit. Wounding on a 2, it does.
6 to save. No.
D3 damage. 3.
6s. No.
So another dead guardsman. So with the shooting done, I'm going to declare a charge with the Neophyte squad. Basically just going to see what result I get. I don't have to charge even if it is successful. And I get a 6, which isn't enough anyway. So that's the state of the board at the end of Genestealer Cults turn 3. And we'll be into Astra Militarum turn 4, which will be the 4th and final battle round.
I'm going to order them to take aim again, but they do have to take a battle shock test because they are below half the strength they started with. They fail on a 6, so I don't get any victory points, so my only hope of a draw now is to stop the Genestealer Cults scoring any points themselves. Unfortunately, that means they also lose their order, so they're not going to be getting the bonus ballistic skill. So we're going to move towards the Neophytes and shoot backwards at the Magus because I'm hoping to kill her and then kill enough of the Neophytes in melee to force them to take a battle shock test. And I will supercharge the plasma pistol as well, but we'll start with a crack grenade from the grenade launcher, which hits on a 4 because I didn't get the order. No, that missed. The plasma pistol, hit, wounds on a 2, yes.
So that's 2 damage to her.
The bolt pistol, missed, and 4 las gun shots on 4s. 3 hits, wounding on 4s, 3 wounds.
5 up saves. Oh, she failed them all, so she's dead.
And then a hazardous roll, it's fine. And then we have to declare a charge. And 5 will be in, so they do of course make the charge. Then we'll start with the officer on 4s. Oh, missed 3 times, it's not a good start. Power fist, missed twice, wounds on 2. Well, kills 1. And 5 attacks from regular guardsmen. Only get 2 hits, wounding on 4s. 1.
5 up armor. Saved. So with piling in, we can only get 5 regular neophytes and the leader to fight. Regular guys on 4s, getting 2 hits. Wounding on 4s, getting 2 wounds.
5s, failed both. Medic, made 1.
And the leader hits, wounds on a 3. He does at AP -2.
So no save, just a medic. No.
So when we head into turn 4, Genestealer Cults will score another victory point for 2. So it will be a victory, but we might as well play out the remainder of the turn. The neophytes actually all have auto pistols, plus the leader's pistol, which is 8 shots on 4s, 4 hits, wounding on 4s. 2 wounds.
5s, no. Medic, no. Well, we'll just leave the officer, I think.
And then the bolt pistol, the leader's pistol missed. So the valiant last stand of the Cadian officer who gets to fight first.
3 attacks on 4s. Now he can hit. Wounds on 3s, kills 2.
The remaining neophytes, we've got 6 regular guys on 4s. 5 hits. And 4s, 3 wounds.
5s to save. Oh, only takes 1.
And the leader hits, wounds on a 3. No. So the officer would still be alive, but that would be a Genestealer Cults victory, 2 victory points to 1. And I think we'll leave it at that and recap the game for you now. So that was our game for issue 74 of Warhammer 40,000 Combat Patrol magazine. How did you think that went?
Well, they did pretty well, actually. The Cadians cleared out almost everything. My shooting wasn't superb, even with take aim, and in the end I think the numbers just wore them down. Although, having said that, had I passed my battle shock test in the last turn and got a point, it could have been a draw. And actually, because the neophytes couldn't pile in onto the objective, I think the charge in the last turn, if they hadn't been battle shocked, I would have had enough OC on there to take that one as well. So
yeah, it would have been close.
Yeah.
And possibly we shouldn't have used Cult Ambush, but didn't say anything about not having faction abilities, and the Astra Militarum had theirs, so it seemed fair to give the Genestealer Cults theirs.
And also, I think the command squad is better than the Magus.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, so by allowing the neophytes to come back, it probably did balance it a little bit better. Then again, the guardsmen got to go first, so they shot first, so that was obviously a slight advantage.
Yeah, and guardsmen and neophytes are probably fairly similar. Probably just going to come down to the roles, which side would win a shooting war.
I think the neophytes actually have a little bit more firepower with the heavy stubber and the seismic cannon. At least against guardsmen, they just have more shots.
Yeah, the heavy stubber getting so many shots, and wounding on 3s actually lets you take down quite a few guardsmen. Well, also the melter gun from the closer range squad is definitely not in its element here.
No, it's obviously for taking out tougher things, which is why I attached the command squad to the plasma and grenade launcher squad, because the flamer hits automatically anyway, so it doesn't benefit from +1 to hit, and the melter gun's just not that useful here. The flamer obviously is good if you get it close, but it's still only really good against lightly armoured things like neophyte hybrids. Quite dangerous against something like the acolytes actually, because there aren't so many of them. And of course, if you have a command point to overwatch, it can discourage something with poor armour from charging them. And the sergeant with a melee weapon, to be honest, is probably going to die first most of the time, because there aren't many instances where 2 extra melee attacks with no AP are going to be better than a longer range, higher firepower ranged weapon. Yeah, I don't think melee is going to be the strong suit of the... No, but speaking of orders, you can obviously see how they do make the Astra Militarum Patrol work. You can issue orders to, I think, all of your units. In a way, it's a shame that none of the other orders were that useful in that game, because they do have their place. I mean, move, plus 3 inches of movement, if you combine that with an advance, can get you a lot further across the board than you might expect from a squad of infantry. And of course, take cover just makes them more resilient. But in this game, where they were the only units I had that were going to be moving out and taking objectives, it made sense. Yeah, I suspect most of the time, take aim will be better than take cover, unless the squad you're using on can do very little shooting. Most of the time, it's better to kill enemies, because killing enemies means there are fewer incoming attacks, which increases your survival. And in the full patrol, there are other bigger guns that can do your shooting for you, so if you only have the one order to issue, giving them take aim possibly makes a bit more sense. Also, the default enhancement means that if you issue an order to a unit, then all other units in the combat patrol get the effect as well. Effectively, the order is issued to all of them at once. Yeah, so +1 to hit across the entire army. But anyway, we'll have to just see that in action with the full patrol to see how it is best to use them. But yes, otherwise, if you have played the Guard Combat Patrol, tell us if you got on with it or how you would use the command squad and the shock troops. Otherwise, we've been the Tail Donkeys, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.